bit of work with some CWM today. As you can see, I have collaborative work management installed, and the regular way to create new spaces and boards is through go to collaborative work management through your workspaces. Click your create, and you can create a new space just from the list here as normal. New space. All right, this will fire up that new space where you can then create new boards, new docs, any new folders that go along with it. However, what if you need to create a new space through a UI action, or let's say Flow Designer or something like that? Is there a way to do that? And there is. So now I do have a way to do that. Let's get into it right now. So I may have to add. So on my project table, I have a UI action that can create that space and that board for you. So as I can see up here, this is something custom I created. So if I click this button, create CWM board, it'll let me know that a space and a board were created successfully. So if I then let's duplicate this, go back to my collaborative work management, my workspace. As you can see here, there's my new project for resources right there. There's that board and that space created specifically for this project. So that is one way you can automate that creation of that space and board. It all really depends on your use case and how you're going to set up your spaces for collaborative work management. So maybe your space becomes a portfolio, an HR portfolio, or maybe your space is a program. Maybe it's tied to an agile phase or a hybrid execution type. ServiceNow there is that flexibility that ServiceNow gives to be able to do that. As you can see, I created that board right from that UI action. So let's go check out that UI action right now. See what I wrote for it. See what I've done here. So, there's the configurable for making sure. So make sure it's for configurable workspace. So we're creating that space, setting the name to the project's short description. I'm then if it creates it, I'm then creating that board right here. So board description space. I'm setting a portfolio for that board. I'm also setting a state to in progress, and then I'm inserting it, and then there's that info message we just saw. Pretty simple, little block of code. So if we go back to workspace, project workspace now, since that set configurable workspace button is now there, if I go out, pick a new project, we should see that test demand budget. And if we go, there's that board there. Click that. That will create that workspace. Let's go back to collaborative work management. We should see test demand budget right there. There we go with a space. So that is through UI action. So the other way you could do this as well, and it depends on your use case. There's also through Flow Designer. So if we come into Flow Designer, let's do a new flow. Let's just call it use board. And maybe we do this when the project gets created. Could be a thing, or let's do this when it's updated. And let's select a certain phase. So let's project. It is here. phase, when it hits that executing phase, we will create a new board. So we're looking action, create a record. Now, do you want to just do a board? So you could just do a simple, this is a very simple, let's just start a board. But then we do need to add it to a space. In this case, let's add it to a space. One of the ones I just created, so new project for resources. We need to put a short description. Where's the name? Name. Board, run, project, update, done, activate. Simple. So it all really depends on your use case. If we go out to a project, let's pull something up. Maybe this global benefits management project that I have here. And let's find phase to executing. Save. Project update right there. So there is a flexibility in ways that how you can create these boards. You can go a step further from this flow if you want to extend it. So I've created the board. Maybe it takes a second. So let's add a little bit of a weight. Why not? And let's make it go. Let's just do this. Instead of a board, we want to do a task. Let's create a first task with it. So from here, we can create task type. And since we don't have any for that, let's create one of our other ones. So these are all the task types I've created for other boards. So we've got tons. Let's create an awesome task for this one. Short description. Let's change the space it's for. Let's do the hackathon board. Wait. Project update. It did not add my task right away. Is that because I do not have a task type? Let's see. Because I do not have that awesome task type. So let's see. it? Yes, it did. Did it create one? Yes, it did. It did create one, but it did not go to the correct board. Is that my fault? That is my fault. That is my fault here. So we also forgot to add a board. That would help, actually. We want to select the board I just created. Let's test it again. Fun budget. Okay, let's go check board from project update. And that was under, I think, fun budget. Yeah, won't work. Gotta go back. Gotta do it the correct way. Can't test it like that. Details. No, not this one. There's my board with my new task, my awesome task too. So I didn't. That's actually, did that actually create it? So no, no, I didn't. So I don't have awesome task as my task type, so it's something to be look out for. I only have these ones for this board. So we could, from there, from our flow, I believe there's a table actually, to create that. Let's look. Work type. So you can set it to a space, so I need to set it to that hackathon space. Let's then hack type. Okay, let's actually create a new board somewhere else. And also automate the creation of those work types as well. So board. Let's see if it created that work item type. Did I miss something? Let's go to the table. Maybe I forgot value. Pack type. I forgot the value. Pack type. In the value, I go back to my board. Pack type. So to create these tasks as well from your flow, you also need to add value. Let's just change this. And from there, we can create that record. Create this as a here. When we create it. Done. Activate. Let's try that one more time. Okay. Right comes back. There's my cool new type. There it is. Cool new type. Yeah, right from Flow. So you can create your work item types right directly from Flows as well. What else can we do? Let's see. Maybe. Let's see. What else can we create? Call it choice, maybe. Document. That'll be for another day. So, you have it. There are So as you can see, using flow, using business rules, you can, or not business rules, or yeah, you could actually use a business rule on project creation or on update to create a board as well. But in these way, I created a flow that simply does that for me, or via UI action on the project workspace. So there you have it. Just extending a little bit of flexibility for collaborative work management. Have a good one.